Hare Krishna. When I first compiled this article, I called it Why We Need to Be in Vrindavan this Kartik for Prabhupada's Bullock Cart Tirthastan. I'm going to rename this article for this YouTube video as the Prabhupada Resurrection. Also I want to just elaborate on some words. Vrindavan is a place in India where Kṛṣṇa appeared 5,000 years ago. Kartik is a month in the Vedic calendar in which the Lord in his form as Damodar is worshipped. And Tirthastan means travelling to holy places. Okay, let me start reading the article. Before you start to read my article, I would like you to ask yourself a few questions. Number one, if you could go back in time to Vrindavan, India in November 1977, with the knowledge that Prabhupada was being held in a small room against his will and being tortured and poisoned by demons dressed as devotees, would you try to save Prabhupada from this situation by attempting to take him from the room for Bullock Cart Tirthastan, as he was repeatedly requesting? 2. If by the mercy of Prabhupada 30 years later you had a chance to execute this neglected Bullock Cart Tirthastan order while simultaneously inaugurating the resurrection of his divine grace in sound vibration, would you let this empowering spiritual service and amazing historical moment in time pass you by due to apathy? 3. Does apathy on your part at this critical moment in history not clearly reveal that you too would not have carried out the order of Śrīla Prabhupāda in November 1977, but like the others, you would simply have remained silent and tolerated the grave offences to Prabhupada, so you could also fulfill your material ambitions by exploiting the mercy mission of his divine grace? 4. If you could do something to help purify the whole world and awaken love for Prabhupada in the hearts of truthful souls, while simultaneously curbing down the strength of the demoniac ruling elite, would you not put aside your regular duties and dedicate your whole self for this merciful service for 1 month, or even just 1 day? 5. After understanding how dear Vrindavan Dham is to the Lord and all the pure devotees, if you could help revitalize Vraj after it had been exploited and polluted by demons and men with materialistic mind, would you not try for that? 6. If you had a chance to chant and dance in direct association with Śrīla Prabhupāda and his sincere followers in Vrindavan on the 30th anniversary of his disappearance and also the 30th anniversary of his final order, would you miss that nectarian association, which would deepen your relationship with Prabhupada? Anyway, my dear friend, let me begin my humble plea at your feet. I recently went to Vrindavan with my family and a few friends, and we executed a trial run of Prabhupada's real final order by taking him on Bullock Cart Parikram in Vrindavan. Prabhupada led the loud chanting and it was simply ecstatic. All the bridge basses, the residents of Vrindavan, loved it. We are planning to go again with Prabhupada loud Sankirtan and Bullock Cart this Kartik for Prabhupada's 30th disappearance celebration and Govardhan Puja. I want to invite all Prabhupada's followers to come and take part in this ecstatic festival of unity for the whole Kartik month, as this Prabhupada Bullock Cart festival in Vrindavan is very, very important for the purification of the world. As you may already know, in November 1977 at Kṛṣṇa Balaram Mandir, Vrindavan, Śrīla Prabhupāda repeatedly requested to be released from his room in which he was locked by Ravan disciples. His divine grace desired that his real disciples and sincere servants break free from the influence of the Ravan disciples. Ravan is the name of a demon, by the way. A great demon. Break free from the influence of the Ravan disciples and thwart their sinister plan to poison him by taking him from the room for Bullock Cart Tirthastan. See pages 212 to 247 of Śrīla Prabhupāda Leelamrita as it is. Prabhupada actually said this would cure him. So we have to look seriously and deeply into the purport of this statement and the real final order request of Śrīla Prabhupāda. A pure devotee of the Lord is always fully under the protection of the Lord, thus the demons could not keep Prabhupada locked up unless it was some plan arranged by the Lord. So let us try to understand at least one important aspect of this plan in regards our service to Śrīla Prabhupāda and his mission. Quote, the fight between the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the demon is compared to a fight between bulls for the sake of a cow. The earth planet is also called Go or cow. As bulls fight between themselves to ascertain who will have union with a cow, there is always a constant fight between the demons and the Supreme Lord or his representative for supremacy over the earth. Śrīla Prabhupāda from Śrīmad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 18th chapter, text 20. This is a very interesting quote indeed. As you well know, just over 5,000 years ago this planet was ruled over by the representative of the Lord, Maharaj Parikshit. Since that time the supremacy over the earth has gradually moved to the demons. However, with the advent of Lord Caitanya, the Holy Name, and the Lord's powerful servant Śrīla Prabhupāda, who has spread the Holy Name all over the earth, the whole plan of the demons has been smashed. The demons have and are continuing to fight vehemently to hold on to their supremacy over the earth and their long-cherished plan for a new world order without a trace of God consciousness. At heart they know they are beaten, and the Lord has claimed back the earth with his representative, his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda. Still, with all the envy in their hearts, they are stubbornly fighting to hold on to their stolen property and are now frantically trying to put into place their demoniac global regime. So you may well ask, so what do we need to worry about? They are defeated. Nothing can check the Lord and his representative, Śrīla Prabhupāda. That is true, but the fight is not about that. The fight is about you and me and all the other souls on this planet. Where are we all going? What is our future? Are we going to be part of the coming age of spiritual enlightenment under the guidance of the representative of the Lord, Śrīla Prabhupāda? Or are we and the rest of the population going to be dragged to the hellish planets by the demons? So this brings me back to the meaning of the real final order of Śrīla Prabhupāda. The demons first became seriously threatened by Śrīla Prabhupāda in December 1968 when he completely exposed their fake moon landing scam. They countered this by entering into Prabhupada's Kṛṣṇa consciousness society in 1970. It is a fact, quote, "It is a fact, however, that the great sinister movement is within our society." Śrīla Prabhupada, letter to Hansaduda, 2nd of September 1970. So from that time these demons have been working to destroy Prabhupada and his mission from within and without his movement. Many attempts have been made on Prabhupada's life from this time up to the final pastimes in Vrindavan in the year 1977. Prabhupada was all along trying to encourage his real disciples not to be influenced by the allurements of the demons dressed as devotees in his movement, but to rather work to become real devotees by establishing self-sufficient farm communities where people could be trained to work for the satisfaction of God in the scientific Varnashram system. These communities would completely disempower the Illuminati demons' New World Order and liberate all the innocent and pious people of the earth. So in essence, when Prabhupada is asking his real disciples to take him from the room for bullock cart Tirtha, he was trying to save them or cure them from the influence of the Ravan demons in his movement. Thus, by doing this Prabhupada bullock cart Tirtha, they would be empowered instruments in the hands of Śrīla Prabhupada to establish the scientific Varnashram system, destroy the demons' plans and claim back the earth for the pleasure of the Lord. That is what is still awaiting us all now. 30 years has passed since Prabhupada gave us this merciful and fully empowering final order. It is not too late for us to all shake off the Ravan influence and travel to Vrindavan to execute it. So let us all at this most auspicious time of Kartik and in the most holy land of Vrindavan loudly proclaim with our body, mind and words that we are totally with Śrīla Prabhupada and his real mission, which has now risen again with a long-awaited execution of the real final order. This is the 30th anniversary of Śrīla Prabhupada's disappearance and also the 30th anniversary of his final order, in which he has requested his real followers to set him, ourselves, free from the clutches of the Ravan disciples for bullock cart Tirtha. So now at long last let us put everything aside and enthusiastically with great determination unite and loudly perform this long-awaited glorification of Prabhupada's presence in sound vibration and proclaim to all the three worlds, Prabhupada lives forever and we desire to live with him. Let us play our instrumental part in releasing this Brahmastra of Prabhupada's love of Godhead from Vrindavan Dham at Kartik, penetrate the universal shell and crack the hearts of the demons. The strength of the modern day Kamsas, demons, Illuminati, who are trying to rule the world without God will be curbed down or curtailed by this sacrifice of loud Prabhupada Sankirtan. Vrindavan Dham itself is being exploited by demons and men with materialistic mind. The residents are being abused, particularly Krishna's cows. Prabhupada's presence in sound vibration will revitalize Vrindavan after it has been polluted by these men and the pilgrimages of sinners. Let us cast aside the Ravan disciple mentality of keeping Prabhupada in sound vibration locked up. Let him out to chant loudly on bullock cart for all the three worlds to hear. Then there will be a Prabhupada explosion. Prabhupada chanting as he did in Tompkins Square Park, going on simultaneously in every town and village of the world. The Resurrection. Your fallen servant Mukunda Das.